Shut up! Thank you. So,
Strictly off the record, of course, because nothing here is ever going to...
Remember, kids, what happens at con
Stays on YouTube.
Go on. Gotta go big. I hope everything comes out all right. No kids, no frogs. You know how that stuff ends. I think she's beautiful. You're such a dick. You just told me I was beautiful. Thank you. Yes.
The first time I ever got introduced to your work was back in '98, whenever Beast Wars had started and everything. And of all the characters you did, Dinobot, Waspinator, Rat Trap, I wanted to know what your feelings were on the way the writing was. The show was more mature than your normal, say, episode of any kid show at the time, and also what your feelings were whenever they decided to, and temporarily anyway, kill off Dinobot.
Oh yeah, I was happy about that.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic. That was 1/4 of my paycheck.
Yeah.
And Dinobot knew he was going to die. And you bring up a good point. That was the only, and I've done so much American, let's solve the world in 22 minutes and sell a toy.
Yeah.
Beast Wars, the reason I really became a fan of the show was because the writing was a lot more like a Japanese. There was a whole 3-year arc before the bad thing happened and it became Beast Machines.
Oh, yeah.
But Larry and Bob, the writers on that, they really knew how to work that. Dinobot knew he was going to die 5 episodes before.
Yeah.
It's Hamlet, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I, of course, am clueless. Going to work today. And the rest is silence. Okay, when do I come back?
No, you're dead, Scott.
Yeah, but I'm like cartoon dead, right?
No, you're dead.
Okay.
Dead.
That was just, and now I'd never been to a convention in my life, and cartoon work is the most anonymous work in the world. I went to BotCon in Anaheim just after Code the Hero had aired. And first of all, it was the first time I'd met you guys. I love you people. Stand up behind some guy drawing artwork. I'm like, boy, it's been into a lights picture. The guy just like, what, am I on fire? Like, what? But people were coming up in tears, going like, it's just one Code of the Hero, and went down one time. And it was, but please don't let them cheapen it by bringing him back. And I'm like, trust me, they're not gonna. And then they did! And I saw some of that, and I went, you know what, if I'd been a little more on the ball, I would have played Dinobot 2 quite differently than I did. Because I saw the animation, it was so twitchy.
Yeah.
So I would have made him really psychotic. That was such a fun show. The other people in the show hated me. Because all that Dinobot Rat Trap stuff, I just recorded that in one. They'd be like, Scott's doing one of his scenes again. We're going out for coffee. It was so much fun. Yeah, I would like to see you try it. And of course, Silver Bull, strong, proud, brave, and smart like a bag of hammers.
Yeah.
I missed that show. Yes. Holding up brightly colored objects, also a good idea.
The first time I was introduced to your line of work was McNiel.
Oh, God. Our bottles of plans to take over the world. Yeah, nice try, Doc.
Sixth grade, I was watching them and just say, how would you get to mindset for those characters?
Oh, there was a lot of good. I worry myself a lot because people go, well, what are these? Some characters I really do, you construct them as you're going in. You're going into audition, you get the sides and the dialogue. I work very much myself from the pictures. If I see what a character looks like, I like to go from there. Or sometimes you figure out, what would his laugh be? What would he say? That's how I came up with Dr. Wily was, Actually, I played Dr. Wily 3 different times in 3 different versions. And one of them, he was English, British English. Yeah, because different clients. So, I've also done a newer Mega Man where I was Gutsman and Cutman and all these other men, and somebody else was Wily. It's a weird sort of incestuous business that way. But so sometimes you develop the character as you're prepping to go in an audition. What worries me is sometimes characters just Mega Man. Sometimes characters just come out of me. Like fully fledged. I've done it, I've been talking to somebody, and all of a sudden there's this person, and I'm like, who is that? Like complete history, everything about them, they just, poof, there they are. I don't know where you came from. You can start to shut up. Well, the jokes. I got taken a debilitating and horrifying mental illness and turned it into a fun and profitable career. Oh my God, it's true! And I see wolf heads! So, I mean, that's kind of the short form version of it, is you just, however you sort of create that character. There's a lot of different ways to do it. And different things work for different things. The kind of the very esoteric version is being open to whatever it is. That's when the best work is done. When you kind of step out of the way and just go, all right, who's this person looking back at me from the page? It can be terrifying, honestly. It's like, whoa! Where the heck did that one come from? Sometimes you slave and you go like, oh, okay. Then there's always, the producers who say they want this, but they don't necessarily know what they want, and you second guess. The best work is when you just make a choice and you go in with it. You go, this is how I think the character is. If they say that sucks, you go, okay, I got this as well. If they say that sucks too, you go, good, well, I'm reading the other 12 characters as well. If you can get away with it. The other thing is to wear purple. I find purple to be the most shiny of colors. Well, honestly, Beast Wars was, he was asking about, playing multiple characters and how much fun it is. Yeah, it's called therapy. Therapy. Beast Wars was probably the most fun because I knew those characters so well, and the writers were so great, because they were in watching us as we were doing it. Like, the characters evolved with, Rat Trap was not originally such a dork. They just went, Scott's an idiot, let's make him more of it. Silver Bolt I was having trouble with until I went, he's the kind of guy that would say, citizen? And they went, so I think, so I was kind of having the opportunity to ad-lib with myself, which was fun. Like I said, the other guys would be like, oh God. Because some shows they would record, you would record one character coming through and then you go back and record the other stuff. A lot of stuff, if you're playing multiples in the anime, a lot of times it's like, we're going to get all the dialogue for this guy first, then we're going to go back and get all the dialogue for this. It's tons of fun. I mean, it's the playground. It's my monkey bars. It's like I'm in the kindergarten class with too much sugar and no Ritalin. And people have watched and said, it's weird, man. Like, everything shifts out here. I stress that when I'm teaching, too. It's not about voice. People come in and watch and go like, you guys, man, like when you change characters, everything about your hair change, your ears move. Like you grow that weird third arm out of your chest. Because you've only got the one thing to convey everything with. But you got to have everything behind it. People think we stand in the studio and talk. You'd be shocked at how physical it is in there. Beast Wars is good. People watch and go like, your whole body changes when you shift gears like that. Because it's all that you have to do to keep it. Otherwise you're going, which voice is this? Did it sound like, can I hear that? Once you made the character yours, it's yours. I mean, I will be lying if I said I sometimes don't get confused. Because it can be a little crowded upstairs in my house. There's tricks you can use too. When I started doing this, it'd be like form up a little catchphrase. Because sometimes you would get lost. You would say, wait a minute, when I was, oh man, we're all going to die. Okay, right. Boom. It's tricks and tips. Yes. That's another good one, is to get the attention and then turn like this to your lazy-ass friend. I'm sorry, Baba Joe. Okay, y'all know me? You know how bad I am with names? Anyone that does know me knows that I'm one of those like, Mom, people.
I have 2 questions.
Because you got 2 names. All right, so first question coming from Bobby.
What was it like to work with David K. for animated?
Oh my God, he's so dreamy. Dave's awesome. I haven't seen him for a while because he's been working down in LA for the last few years, but I've worked on a lot of stuff with Dave. I mean, when it comes to anime, like, what was it like working with so-and-so on Inuyasha? Well, I don't know. We're in there by ourselves. That's why it's kind of, I prefer doing prelay, because, anime, you're sitting in a small padded room by yourself, trying to act with somebody else's lips, which is a technical itch for those of you who are aspiring. That's a whole nother can of worms. But Dave's awesome. He's a huge talent. I worked with him on the very first gig he ever did. we were doing G.I. Joe Sergeant Savage. And I'm going, cool, General Hawk's in this one. Who's playing Hawk? And he's like, this new kid. And I'm like, okay. And he comes in, at the time he was a kid. I mean, he was this tall, skinny-ass kid. And you're like, General Hawk? Yeah, sure, okay. He gets up under the microphone, and boom. You're like, what? What? There's some people that have what I refer to as a flap. They have microgenic voices, because you talk to a lot of people, like Dave's got a very normal sounding voice in real life, but he gets on a mic and something happens. All of a sudden your feet start vibrating. And it's not because it's like a really deep voice, it's just something that some people have that's just presence on a mic. Anyway, Dave is awesome. So, Joe, your question.
The next question was, what was it like to be Snarl and Backstop for Transformers Cybertron?
Fun. Not as much fun as Beast Wars, again, because, it was a it was an anime dub version. And to be perfectly honest, the director and the producers on that, they didn't give much of a rat's butt. They were just like, whatever, crank them out. Snarl was just kind of, Snarl was kind of a rip on Dynamite. Backstop I had fun with. Just because, he was Backstop from the jungle planet. He was like big and deep and slow. And, he was a little different from stuff I played before. But again, then you're just trying to make nice facts work.
I also know that you also...
That's 3! What's your last name?
Kelka.
Pardon me?
Kelka.
Kelka. Okay, so we've had Bobby, we've had Joe. Okay, Kelka, your question?
I also know that you did Jetfire from Armada.
I did. Funny thing was, when they went from Armada to Cyber, whatever the next one was, they decided that Jetfire should be Australian. Guess who's Australian? Guess who didn't get to go? Stupid producers. It's a funny business, though. All right. Oh, God. Okay, yes and then yes. Bye. Bye now. Have fun storming the castle. You're thinking of it. You're thinking of it.
This is right.
Everybody move. Oh dear. My favorite line from? I don't remember anything from that. Here's a little thought though on code. And this is PG. If you discuss this with the annals of the American Kennel Club and British Kennel Club, because they are all canids on that show, wolves, foxes, dogs, there are certain terminologies in place that are very legitimate. This is the actual terminology that's used. And if you use anything else, it's actually confusing to people. So there is no reason, broadcast standards and practices, why I could not, with all impunity, stand there in my quota suit, of which there is one in this room that is magnificent. Where did it go? Stand up! Giddy up! Why I could not say, you go man, you will be my bitch. It's true! All I remember was screaming on that show. Mutt face. Yes, another good trick is to be sitting right in the front. You know what? I did. I'm sorry, but I will come back to you, but you're next after next. I will not sign a death note. It's the only thing I won't sign. I will sign the bottom of your sticky feet after you've been walking in the Texas heat and sandals. I'll come over and wash your damn car with you, but I won't. And it's always the person that's the end of the 8-hour lineup that comes up, they're like exhausted. I'm going, oh my God, I am so sorry. Like, really? I'm like, because whose idea was that? What made that seem like a good idea to anybody? No, you cannot say 99 years old in bed with triplets. I believe in the loophole thing. So yeah, I'm actually glad you mentioned that, just because it saves awkwardness and all. Yes.
I had another question about something kind of obscure that he did.
Good, I like this.
Yeah. Do you remember working on a television special called Scary Godmother?
Oh God, yeah. Scary Godmother was brilliant. I watch it every Halloween. It was the skeleton in the closet. Ooh, Scary Godmother, I don't think we can do that. It's like, yeah, closet, my butt. Down legs. Yes, we are here for a while. It was based on a really cool series of comic books that the artist had done. Speaking of the closet, when I played Hermie, I figured something out.
Now, if you don't mind my being a dentist.
Oh! Things you see as an adult.
We're not like the others, are we? Except the ones in gym class. Sorry.
It's the walkie-talkie. Yes. Squad. All right. Okay. Hands are up in the air right now. How many are there? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do what I call the lightning round, which means you're going to ask the fastest question in the world. I'm going to answer the fastest question, the answer in the world. Go! I will sign anything as soon as we're done this room, but once we're done, we need to get out of here so the next thing can come in. Hand. There, yes. I would like to have played all the other characters on everything. I get paid by the character. There's only one that I haven't played that I just think is as brilliant as, well, part of our plan to take over the world. I love the brain. Hands, yes, and both head, because I knew I'd get to you sooner or later because I couldn't avoid you.
Have you ever been starstruck when you got an audition?
Not often, because I work with, a lot of professionals, a lot of things, and some are kids, and some are great people. There's a few people I would. I worked with John Heston. That was kind of cool. Even though he's, I'm sorry to say it in America, but he's an idiot. But he's Heston. Oh my God. That's a pretty good Heston. Yeah, it is Heston. Wow. Now, cartoons, we don't often get a lot of the celebrity stuff, but it's good. And it was one last hand, and it was where it's right there. All right, I'll end on this. I will make you this promise. I will be the god of death once again. But right now, we need to clear the room. You guys are awesome!